Welcome back to Ingenious Crimes, where we uncover the darkest corners of crime. Today, we're diving into one of the most disturbing cases in British criminal history, the Moors murders, carried out by the notorious Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. Prepare yourself, because this story is as chilling as it gets. Cold-blooded murders. Between 1963 and 1965, Ian Brady and Myra Hindley embarked on a series of cold-blooded murders that would shake England to its core. Their first victim, 16-year-old Pauline Reed, was lured into Hindley's car on July 12, 1963, while on her way to a dance near Manchester. What followed was pure horror. Brady sexually assaulted, tortured, and murdered her, leaving her body buried in the Saddleworth Moor. But Pauline wasn't their only victim. Over the next 2 years, the couple abducted and brutally killed 4 more children in a killing spree that became known as the Moors murders. All but one of their victims was buried in the desolate moors of Saddleworth, and the memory of these heinous acts haunts the region to this day. A monstrous obsession. It all began in 1961 when Myra Hindley, then 18, met Ian Brady. He was 22, charismatic but deeply sadistic. Despite being subjected to his abuse and manipulation, Hindley became obsessed with Brady and his twisted desires. In an attempt to please him, she began to lure children for him to sexually assault, torture, and murder. Just months after their first killing, they struck again. In November 1963, they abducted 12-year-old John Kilbride, sexually assaulted him, and strangled him with a piece of string. And then, in June 1964, they claimed the life of 12-year-old Keith Bennett, whose body remains undiscovered to this day despite exhaustive searches of the moor. The horror continues. On December 26, 1964, Brady and Hindley visited a local fairground. There, they found 10-year-old Leslie Ann Downey and convinced her to help them carry some packages. Once abducted, she was bound, forced to pose for pornographic photos, and tortured. The couple even recorded a 13-minute audio tape of her cries for help. Leslie's life ended in the same tragic way as the others, strangled and buried in the moors. Their reign of terror finally came to an end in October 1965, when Brady bludgeoned their final victim, 17-year-old Edward Evans, in front of Hindley's brother-in-law, David Smith. Horrified by what he had witnessed, Smith fled and alerted the police, leading to the arrest of both killers. Admission and downfall. When police searched the couple's home, they found sickening evidence: pornographic photos of Leslie Ann Downey, audio recordings of her final moments, and photographs taken on Saddleworth Moor, which ultimately led to the discovery of 2 of their victims, Leslie Ann Downey and John Kilbride. In 1966, Ian Brady and Myra Hindley were found guilty of multiple murders. And while their guilt was undeniable, Hindley later claimed that she had been manipulated and abused by Brady, a claim that remains heavily debated to this day. The aftermath. In 1987, after a 100-day search, police finally located Pauline Reed's body on the moors, nearly 25 years after her murder. Myra Hindley, who had become a symbol of pure evil in the eyes of the public, died in prison on November 15, 2002. Ian Brady was declared criminally insane in 1985 and remains confined in a high-security hospital. He continues to express no remorse for his actions and has even asked to be allowed to die. Interesting fact: history has shown that women, often with no prior criminal record, can become partners in gruesome crimes under the influence of abusive and manipulative men. Some claim that Hindley was one such victim of control and coercion by Brady, but the families of the victims maintain that she was a willing and active participant in the horrific murders. As Hindley herself once said, "I would always be covered in bruises and bite marks that he threatened to kill my family. He dominated me completely." Whether she was truly a victim of manipulation or an equally cruel mastermind, is for you to decide. And that concludes the tragic and disturbing tale of Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, the Moors murderers. What do you think? Was Hindley a victim or a willing accomplice? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes. Oh, and don't forget, a good detective never puts down their magnifying glass. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next video.